Look around you, man. You can find inspiration. You can find discouragement. It all depends on you. Perception is everything. Some people just hear another song. Some people hear the greatest. A nigga used to have no chill. Nowadays I bump side A. Traffic going bumper to bumper, stuck on the highway.
Did you not, in your career, do you feel you didn't shake the right hands and have the right dinners in order to be involved at the cool kids table? Your talent was enough. Your resume more than speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. Your hits are undeniable. You have classics under your belt. You've worked with classic all-time top 5 artists. Mm-hmm. Big Pop, Nas, Jay, like all the 50. This one, now Drake, blah, blah, blah. Do you feel as if your lack of involvement in certain circles has hindered your progress as far as recognition is concerned?
Recognition, I say I wasn't a people's person heavy. That I can say. Because I was a lab cat. Like I said, I was the scientist that sat in there and I put the chemistry together. That's all I focused on.
So it wasn't malicious, you just prioritized the work.
That's what it was, because the way I was raised to think was, let your work speak for itself. You don't need to be in a video. You don't need to go out here and tell people who you are and all that. And during that time, it was like, yo, people read credits.
Right.
So if you're reading credits, then
you're gonna see the name.
Then you see the name. So that's what gave me a lot of leverage. Was the fact when I said I did something, and they like, but then when you see the credit, oh wow, he's on the credits. So he really did. And then I grew heavy in the check cutting world. So I was the dude that always did deals, and production deals, P&D deals, little labels, and all kinds of deals. I always did those deals. So every artist I walked in the door, it was always a situation, set up for me.
Right.
I just didn't carry the flag of like, yo, I'm DR period, yo, look at me, I'm over here making moves. I never did that because I was brought in to think like this. Yo, if you say you don't, show it.
Did you have an aversion to fame? Did you not want to be, did you avoid the limelight specifically?
I had moments. 1 minute I want something, next minute I don't. Only time I wanted it is when everybody didn't see me. Like if I'm going to the club and I'm standing on line. But at the same time, my music is playing.
Who this should have been in that goddamn
You know what I'm
video?
saying? And I'm sitting here trying
They
to
would have known me if I was in that video. I'm doing videos from now.
So this is one of the moments I'm like, man, I should have just, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
show my face a little more. But then I get over it, because something else great happened for me.
Right.
So a lot of that, of me being that way, and then remind you, I was managing myself. So here it is, a dude doing all his music, doing all his network, and managing his own business. How do I get time to market and promote myself at the same time?
Yeah, because with all the labels that you're working with.
In that time of marketing, you had to be places.
Right.
You had to do things. So if I'm places, then who's in the studio? Because I don't have no other producers. I try to work with other producers, but they couldn't really keep up with the whole idea of like 15 beats a day. Now, mind you, this is what I do a day.
Jesus.
15.
I wake up and make 15 beats a day. This is the beast mode that I am. To this very day, I make beats like that.
Facts.
15.
I get up, boom, that's my exercise. You know how some dudes get up, hit the gym, do the vitamin drink, get their body in shape, all that, boom, and they ready for the day? That's what I do. Hit the machine, boom, turn it on, boom, knock some joints out, boom, boom, boom. Now I'm ready for the day. Because there's a method to that.
Yes, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? There's a method to that.
15.
And let me tell you why the method was that. I came across a situation called a publishing arrangement.
Yep.
So when you're dealing with publishing, if nobody know and understand, publishing is a submitting game where you got to submit constantly, give music, constantly give tracks, constantly give songs. And the person that I came across was a company called Spirit Music Group. And I got introduced to them through big shout out to Freedom Williams from CNC Music Factory. He was one of the first dudes to say, yo, man, what you doing all this music? He recognized the fact that I had an ill work ethic. He was like, yo, this dude workflow is serious.
Right.
What are you doing with all this music? You don't got enough artists to give all this music to. Let me introduce you to somebody. He brought me over there. And when he brought me over there, they looked at my calendar. Yo, you know, first they found, yo, you know you sold over like 5 million records? Nah, I ain't know that. Oh, and then they come back. Yo, we just did another appraisal, and it's yo, you up to 15 million records. I'm like, what? And then, yo, we did another. You know, you over like 20 million records in. We just found this one. Yo, and it was going up and over and up. That's why today when I say over 30 million records, that's because they did the appraisal. They found all that catalog, all that back catalog. And crazy part about it, I never collect correctly on that at the time.
Oh, I was about to finish that sentence.
At the time,
Right.
yeah. At the time, I didn't collect correctly on that amount. When they showed me the numbers, I said, hold it. So we could do a co-public, hold it. And then touch it to this very day. So my retirement plan is going to be sick. You see how everybody else talking about, yo, they just gave him a... Watch what I walk away with. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So at the end of the day, it doesn't bother me because I see what's the retirement process for me.
Right.
Did you ever think to like really start with all your contacts? You could have signed all of these people that you were working with at one point or another. You could have had them all on your own label. Could have been the original Murder Inc.
Right.
Yeah, like considering the records with Dipset. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the list could go on and on. But how did that even happen?
Well, let me tell you, it's that one came from me working in a studio called Sugar Hill at the time in Jersey with Leland Robinson, right? Like Leland was my dude. He was up at Motown at the time. And how I met him through Hank Shockley, because Hank Shockley was over there
Bomb
at one
Squad.
point. Yeah, Bomb Squad. And I just finished the Public Enemy situation over there. And they was like, yo, we heard you deal with Public Enemy now. Like you doing an album, you working with Flav, and you're making joints, you making hits over there. So Leland was like, yo, come to my studio, Dion. So I came to the studio, and he just signed the artist Queen Pen. So he signed Queen Pen over there, and they was like, yo, we want to give her an album deal, you know, we want to do this, that, and the third. So at the same time, I started working with Queen Pen. And then what was so crazy, I'm in the room working with Queen Pen one day, Leland come in and was like, yo, man, you know, Cameron is over there. I was like, yo, so just tell him I said what's up. He said, well, I tell him say what's up for you, and you say right here. Go tell him yourself. I was like, yo, you got a point. You know what I mean? So I go over to Cam, talk to Cam, say what up, whatever. Cam embraced me right away, you know, boom, boom, boom. And this is when Juelz just starting to get, you know, they starting to pull this whole Dipset thing together. It ain't really there yet.
Right.
So Jim Jones says to me, yo, man, we about to do some mixtapes, man. You know, my man Duke the God, you know, we gonna put out our own mixtapes. We gonna do, you know, he did the whole mixtape spill. I was
Shout
like,
out
all
to
right,
Duke the
whatever.
God, too.
Yeah, big shout out to Duke the God.
My
So
dog.
I said, all right, cool. And then Cam was like, yo, I want to do this and do that. And then it was Juelz. Juelz said, yo, D, man, you remember the TV show, The Facts of Life? He said, there's the theme of that. I want to be like, you take the good, you take the bad, and then you have, you know, he broke it down to me. I was like, yo, that's kind of dope. So I went home that same night, made the beat, bah, 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 came back and gave it to him. It's like, oh, you doing it like that. So they did it, they put it out. Then I started doing more, put it out. So now they got the situation bubbling for them. Now they over at the Rock now. So now they did, and now they need that record. Now they've been working. So I'm hearing through the grapevine, yo, Kanye West in the studio with him, Just Blaze in the studio with him, Pharrell about to go in the studio. I'm hearing Timbaland coming, and all this, right? And I hear a little voice saying, yo, man, Juelz told you to come and check him. I said, you know what, I'm just gonna pop up. I went over there, popped up, and next thing you know, he was like, yo, we need a record that's gonna like really take us. So I came back with the beat to Hey Ma. So I came back, I said, yo, listen to this beat, check it out, listen to it. So I flipped it, easy like Sunday morning, took it and ripped it. Boom, boom, I do the scratch. Because I knew they was the two-step fly dudes, you know?
Right.
So I was thinking in that capacity, I said, let me give them something they could bounce to, because their swag was crazy.
Right.
As soon as they heard it, it's like, yo, this is crazy. But we're going to go on the road, we're going to really, really listen to it, and we're going to come back. I don't even think it was 2 hours, I got a phone call. yo, we gonna keep that. Yo, keep that. Don't sell that to nobody. Don't give that to nobody. This, that, and the third.
Right.
So it was so crazy. The beat was already done. It wasn't normally, it was just thought of for them, but the beat was already done. And I had voices on it. And it's so crazy. The group that actually had the voice on it, they didn't take the record serious. So I had took the beat back. And then I was thinking Dipset, when they came to me with that, and I was thinking the whole chemistry, the way it can marriage together, it was a perfect fit. And then that's how we came up with Hey Ma. That's how we came up with Hey Ma. When I gave them that record, we was in the studio, and one thing led to another, and they were sitting there, and they were just running it back and forth, and next thing you know, we got the record. Now, the only thing that bugged me out about it, I didn't know the record was going to be the most BDS spin record of the time, of that era at that point.
Wow.
History.
You said Def Jam history?
Yeah, Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I got a award, a plaque, everything for it. And I was like, oh, they get plaques for BDSs? And I didn't even understand how that whole thing worked, but it was done. Then the ASCAP Awards they was giving me that, and they was like the new producer on a up and coming DR period, this, that, and the third. And I took it all. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But my decision, I always learned to trust my judgment on different things, and that's what built the relationship with Cam. And before I knew it, I thought we was gonna be like rocking. Then here come Heat Makers. They my dudes too.
Right.
And they gave them another swag. And I started seeing them shifting in. So I started making some more joints. But at that time, they was so Dipset gone. I was like, D, don't even go over here with your little, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that I couldn't compete.
Right.
But at that time, they were so locked into that direction.
Right.
So
That
I
became
fell
the
back.
Dipset sound.
Yeah, that became the Dipset sound.
Right.
And then I just fell back and I just started doing more other different artists.
What's up, y'all? It's Matt Hoffa of the legendary My Expert Opinion Show. Y'all can check me out in Chattanooga for the Hip Hop Summit out there, October 14th. I'll be there. Hope you're there too. So,
Check to find ways I wasn't trying to slave a 9 to 5 till my dying days. Frank Sinatra, I gotta do it.